My name is Jeremy Wood. I am 35 years old.
My name is Gregg Towery. I'm 72 years old. Let's read the partner's bio, as if I'm you. Okay, I am a Jew from a mixed Canadian Aboriginal European family. I lean towards being very progressive, but as a part-time judge, I'm also very interested in and concerned about public safety. I lived in the Middle East and France for a substantial time, studying in ultra-Orthodox institutions while organizing for Palestinian rights.
So this is Gregg's bio. I am the older of two brothers and grew up in the Seattle area. I was not raised in church, but today, above all else, I am a follower of Jesus, not affiliated with any religious group. I try to live in line with his example. My brother-in-law was shot and killed by police when his car caught fire because someone said he had a gun. He did not. I'd love to hear more about your family. The loss of your brother-in-law, I'm curious what impact that had on how you look at police.
This Christmas, that'll be 9 years ago. The impact on our family, the things that we used to do at Christmas, we don't do anymore because it's a reminder of Christmas and at Christmas when Robert got killed. One thing I learned about it going through that experience, the police are not in any way equipped to deal with the families afterwards. It was horrible. You couldn't get information. It's not set up to help people, and that's a problem, right? Yeah. Myself, I understand people make mistakes, and if you're in certain situations, those mistakes can be deadly. And I have several friends that are career police officers, and every one of them I met with afterwards tell me that, and they all told stories about, this guy died in my arms. I didn't shoot him, but somebody else did, and they said no officer wants to use their weapon, but they always understand that at every time my choice may be the difference between life and death here. And so I'm not mad at anybody. I wished that our structure in our society would have allowed me to meet this officer, because I'd love to hear his side of the story. Mostly I'm interested I don't want you to go into a situation in the future and make a bad decision because of guilt or whatever, right? I want you're not unloved just because you killed somebody needlessly. And it gave me some kind of street cred amongst my black friends, because it's like, well, I know what it's like to suffer this kind of loss. Ironically, some people don't accept it. Some black people not people that I'm close to, but people that I've encountered is like, well, that doesn't count, because you're white, right? And yeah, it counts. It's a family loss, and it's real and it's tough.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think a lot of that resonates with me. I lost a more distant cousin to police violence when I was very young. I didn't know him well, but I had another cousin who was in and out of prison growing up, drug issues, and then robberies to fuel his addiction, which has definitely colored how I view the courts and the law, but less so necessarily the police. But no, I have moments where how I view police is more anger, but in the better moments, I agree with you. I mean, I think that they're trained to perceive threats to a higher level than the rest of us, and sometimes those threats don't exist, and the results are catastrophic. You have to become so calloused.
Probably some kind of defense mechanism.
Yeah. As we've been speaking about this, I was thinking about my time in Israel, and I think it can be so difficult, obviously, to hold empathy and love for both, for lack of a better word, the perpetrator in an incident like that, and then obviously the victim.
Yeah.
I mean, that tension is hard enough alone, but when you're constantly surrounded by these calls to take a side. I mean, I had friends who had been shot by Israeli soldiers, and I had friends who were in the Israeli Defense Force.
Yeah, okay.
And I loved them both, and I might agree or disagree with them on certain things. But meanwhile, I'm living in a city that's in Jerusalem that's so much of the culture is about choosing a side in terms of religious practice or in terms of ethnicity or anything else. Then it gets so hard to hold that recognition that at the end of the day, we're all just people trying to do our best.
That's one of the things that I deal with a lot is Jesus said, love your enemies.
Mm-hmm.